All right, let's take a look at the problems in Math Skill Builder number 3. So our first item tells us we've got an XY plane, and there's two lines, line R and line S. We're told they're parallel, and we're asked what is the value of P, which is the X coordinate of this point. So how are we going to be able to determine what that X value is? Well, let's think about what we know from the problem. We're told the two lines are parallel. In the coordinate plane, if two lines are parallel, their slopes are equal to each other. So we need to know what is the value of P that will make the slope of line S equal to the slope of line R. Well, we have 2 points on line R, so let's go ahead and see if we can determine what that slope is. So we know for any slope, I'm going to take the two y coordinates and subtract them. So let's just work from left to right. I have 0, minus 3. And then my x coordinates are negative 9 and 0. So 0 minus 3 is negative 3. Negative 9 minus 0 is negative 9. So I have a slope of 1/3 for line R. So for line S, if I follow that same process, let's work from left to right. So my y's are negative 2 minus 0, and then 0 minus p. So I'm going to have negative 2 over negative p, which is 2 over p. So these two slopes are going to be equal to each other. 1/3 equals 2 over p. I know in any proportion my cross products are equal, so p times 1 equals 2 times 3, which is 6. So that tells me that the value of p in this problem is 6. All right, let's see what we've got next. All right, we're given this formula. S times A equals 360. And what we're told is that if I have a measure of an exterior angle of a regular polygon, and it's measured in degrees, and we'll call that A, there's a relationship with the number of sides, which we'll use S to stand for. So the number of sides times the angle measure of one exterior angle equals 360 degrees. So we're told the measure of one exterior angle is greater than 40. So A is greater than 40. And we're asked, what is the greatest number of sides the polygon can have? So a couple of ways you can think about this. We could do this mathematically. If we divide both sides by S, then A is equal to 360 over S. And since A is greater than 40, I could say that 360 over S is greater than 40, and I could solve that. Another way to think about this is, look, if I take 360 over 40, that equals 9. If this measure is greater than 40, this number cannot be 9. It has to be less than 9. So what is the greatest value that we have here that's less than 9? Well, that's 8. So we're going to say that 8 is the greatest number of sides that that polygon can have. Right. Another XY plane. This time, we're not given an image. We're told there's two lines. One has a slope of 3 and contains a point, 2, 16. The other one, we have 2 points, 2, 4, and 4, 2. The two lines intersect at the point EF, and we're asked, what is the value of E plus F? All right, so if these two lines intersect at EF, that is the solution to a system of equations. So if I can write equations for these two lines, I can solve it, and I can find out what E and F are and add those up. So we've got something called point slope form. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So my m is 3. Here's my x. Here's my y. Y minus 16 equals 3 times x minus 2. Eventually, we're going to want these in slope-intercept form, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now. So y equals 3x plus 10. Over here, if I do my same slope calculations that I did previously, I'm going to go 2 minus 4 over 4 minus 2. So that's negative 2 over 2. That equals negative 1. So I have a slope number of negative 1, and I can use either one of these points. So let's take this second one. Y minus 2 equals negative 1 times x minus 4. So here's my two equations. They're both in slope-intercept form, y equals. So y is equal to y. So I can set these two terms equal to each other. 3x plus 10 equals negative x plus 6, and solve. So I'm moving kind of quick on this, I know, just for in the interest of time. But you've worked this type of problem before. Now you're going to take this y value, substitute it into either, or this x value, substitute it into either one of your original equations. Y equals 3x plus 10. Well, cool. X is negative 1. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3 plus 10. So y equals 7. So I have negative 1, 7 for my ordered pair, and negative 1 plus 7 is equal to 6. Okay, a couple more before we wrap up. This one, pretty straightforward. We have 6s equals 24. We said if that's true, what is the value of 7s minus 4? Well, you can see here that I need to know what a value of s is, and I can solve this equation. If I divide both sides by 6, I find out that s is equal to 4. Now I'm going to substitute it in over here. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 minus 4 is 24. So this is really typical, the type of problem you're going to see on the SAT. The math on it was not terribly challenging, but there were multiple steps, and you need to kind of think your way through it. It's the exact same thing that's going to happen on this next problem. Number of electric-powered automobiles that were being driven in the United States between 2001 and 2002 is 3 times the number of electric-powered automobiles that were being driven between 1999 and 2000. So 2001 to 2002 is 3 times 99 to 2000. So let's go ahead and plug in what we know. 54 electric-powered vehicles driven between 01 and 02. You see that tells you equals 3 times the number from 99 to 2000, which was x. So when we write this out in words and then substitute the information from the problem, it solves itself. 54 equals 3 times x. So these are opposite sides of the equal sign, but that's the same equation, same statement. So good work today, and we'll see you again with another video and another set of problems next week.